All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the PFP CoachSpiration series. PFP family, coaches, parents out there. As you guys already know, we do these episodes to inspire coaches out there who may be burnt out, who maybe lost their passion or losing their why because coaching, whether you're a personal trainer or a sports coach, there's a very long feedback loop and it can be very hard. And when you're working with athletes that maybe aren't giving you that feedback that you need or that encouragement or those words of affirmation, it can be draining. So this video is really about that, but it's also about PFP family, you getting to know Coach Tyler a little bit better. If you don't know Coach Tyler, man, Tyler came on the team. Is it 6 months?
Yeah.
Okay, 6 months ago. And guys, when I tell you that this is one of the most passionate, dedicated fitness professionals and coaches that I've ever met. I'm being very serious there. This guy loves what he does. He's going to share with you a little bit more about why and why he got into the industry. But I think that all coaches and PFP family, you guys are going to be inspired by this conversation because I've definitely been inspired by having you just part of the team. And again, your passion for this industry is awesome. I can't wait for you to share with everybody. Um, well, I won't spoil it, but basically what your garage looks like. I've never been in your garage, but I know people that have, and apparently it's pretty impressive. So anyway, guys, this is Coach Tyler. Tyler, just real quick, how did you even get into PFP? Let's start there. How did you find PFP, and what led you to coming here?
Yeah, so I saw the opening online,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, player fitness performance. I've never heard of it before, and I kind
It's a
of,
mouthful, right?
yeah, I was like, I've never heard of it before, and I was like, it's one of the few gyms that isn't like Anytime Fitness, Gold's Gym, that kind of stuff. So I was like, let me, and I saw you train athletes. I was like, let me try this. I was like, I've always
Yeah,
wanted to train athletes. I have a passion for adults, so I
yeah,
was like, let me give it a shot, see if I
yeah,
can get my name in the ring and see if I name in the hat and see if I
yeah,
get
yeah.
drawn. So I was like,
I love it. Did you play sports growing up?
yeah, I ran football and yeah, ran football. Played football and ran track.
Okay. What position in football and then track?
Football was running back and cornerback, and then track was 1, 2, 4 and hurdles.
Okay, so sprinter mainly. Love it.
Wanted to get it over with.
Yeah, same. I'm with you on that. Where did you grow up?
I grew up over in Carroll County. It's a small little town, Union Bridge.
Yeah,
So it's pretty much if you head east between and on your way to Baltimore and you find yourself in the middle of nowhere.
that's Union Bridge.
That's about Union Bridge for sure, for sure.
Okay, so played football, ran track. Where were sports at on your priority list? Like, was it like everything to you growing up in high school? Was it like just something you did for fun?
My dad played football, so he always told me stories about like when he was playing football. So I always like
Yeah,
put my heart into like that,
yep,
and I like that was like pretty much everything to me. I was like, coach started like recruiting me for track, and I was like, maybe I'll get faster. Like
yeah, yeah,
that was my idea behind it. So I was like, I'll just try this track thing out. So
yeah.
started doing track, but so passion was football for sure.
Okay. How did you find fitness as a passion?
So I was working out with football. Obviously did that, and then I went to community college for 2 years, and they had a small little home gym, and I was like, I see a lot of actors like jacked. I was like, let's start. Let's maybe I can get like this too. So I was like,
What's an actor that you were like, I want to be jacked like
oh, I
him?
watched Wolverine, the Hugh Jackman. And I was like,
Hugh
God.
Jackman.
I was like, there's no way. I was like, good God. So I was like, let me try these workouts, see how it goes. Like, I was like or like Captain America, like the Chris Evans.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah,
like trying all these Hollywood actor movies workouts, and I was like, let me do some more research. Let me start diving deeper on this, like why behind all the kind of stuff you do, all
yeah.
the stuff they're doing. So then I started like getting a passion for like the why behind these exercises and the knowledge behind these exercises.
Okay, so as you were working out yourself,
Yeah.
you found yourself asking questions like, why do I feel this here? Why does this
Yep.
work? What? Okay.
Yep. And then find variations of each exercise, like how can I do a little bit more? And then so I was like went down like rabbit hole of like research, and then when I went to Towson Exercise Science, I chose
Yep.
to do it. So I was like, I'm really enjoying like this, and so I was like, let's make a career out of it.
Yeah.
See if I can continue to kind of maybe one day do the Hollywood acting thing, like where they train the actors kind of thing.
Yeah,
I was like, that seems a pretty good job. Just get these guys jacked. I was like, that's
yeah.
fun. So yeah.
So maybe PFP will be the thing that leads you to training Hugh Jackman.
Oh
Who
yeah.
knows?
Yale is on his way
If
to being
anybody
jacked.
knows Hugh Jackman, invite him into PFP so Tyler can work with him. Clearly. Okay, so when did you graduate college? What year?
That was 2018.
Okay, so about 7 years ago you graduated college,
Yep.
and then you graduated with exercise science degree, and then after you got the degree, did you go straight into the field,
Y-
personal training?
Yeah, so I was finishing up college and I needed one last internship, so I wanted a layup for an internship because they're really hard to kind of get one. So you have to apply ahead of time. It's a whole process. So I wanted to lay up. So I went to my local Y
Yeah.
and I pretty much just interned there for the summer. Pretty much
Hmm.
doing every little job they had.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to the point where I was doing the exercise room. So I was like helping out in there. I was like, let me shadow a personal trainer, see what this is like.
Yeah.
And so I saw them doing all the things, like all the training, all that kind of stuff. So I was like making workouts for them as well. They were like, try it out, like you should write a workout, see what the client likes. Started writing, I was like, this is kind of fun.
Hmm.
And so like I was like, hey, I want to graduate college and I want to be a personal trainer. And so they hired me and did personal training. And so after a while of just training, I was like seeing these people's lives change.
Hmm.
And I was like, this is so like impactful for me because I
Hmm.
was like, if I can make someone's life better, like never thought I would be that person, but like turns out I can make someone's life better just by getting them to move properly and activate the muscles, all that kind of stuff. And I was like,
Yeah.
I really enjoy this. This is something I want to stick with because I was like, I was bringing so much joy to these people, and it
Yeah.
was something I really love to do, just for me personally. So I was like,
Yeah.
double. I never wanted to wake up and be like, here we go to work again.
Sure.
So I wanted to find something the middle ground of what I love
Man.
and what I can help people with.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's like whenever I talk to you about this industry, and we've had a couple conversations, like that's the passion I feel. Like you just love helping people, and it's so cool that you stumbled into it, right?
Pretty much.
Um, and it led to that, man. So, do you have an example of like in those first couple of years working at the Y, and then if you went somewhere else, was there like a person, like a story of a person that like they came to you a certain way, and then after working with them, you saw a transformation? Do you have like a specific story from those first couple of years that really motivated you?
Yeah, I'll never forget this guy. Literally, his wife kicked him out of the house because like he got a back fusion and it's been some time and he was just being lazy. Like he had a back fusion, like he was pretty much
And his
she
wife went and signed him up with a
yeah, his
trainer.
wife kicked him out and like literally like wanted him to do something other than just sit there because he was just like
Yeah.
he was really skinny, like thin, like bone skinny. So like
Okay.
something we needed to do something, and so he came in, didn't really want to be there, and so I just kind of worked with them, talked with them, kind of helped him with the mindset as well,
Hmm.
because like that I think that was the biggest hurdle for him, like was just the mindset of, and so
Hmm.
we put him in certain positions. He would always get like cramps or knots that
Hmm.
he would have to like he would do like a one arm row, and you have to like massage his back or like stop and
He's
like
so stiff and
yes, yep,
dehydrated, and yeah,
all the things. And so like we had to put him in certain angles so that he could fully activate the muscle without cramping,
yeah.
or messing with his back as well. He couldn't really arch his back. So we got to the point where like by the time he was almost done, um, he was bar and carrying, he was rowing, he was bench pressing. He had fewer and fewer of the cramps, the
Uh huh.
knots. So he was actually helping around the house. His wife told me I always checked in with the wife. I was like, how's he doing around the house? Like,
What?
and so like they had a farm too, so he was helping out and going out there and working and all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff. So I'll never forget that guy
dude.
for the life of me. Like his back, he went from like struggling to do anything to like really helping around the house, functionally moving, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
So okay, so you're super humble, and I know you don't take credit for a lot of this stuff, but obviously you were the person that got him from A to B, right?
mm,
He made the decisions, he did the work, but your coaching catalyzed him to change. What were some things? I know that you're good with exercises and whatnot, but like you said, the mindset, like what were some of those things that you did that helped him to, because again, that's like a huge lifestyle change to go from being bedridden after a back fusion to working on your farm, being the kind of guy that your wife actually wants to come home each day because you're engaged and you're energized. So like, what were some things that you, looking back, like the things that you did that you knew what helped him to get motivated?
I think it was kind of finding out is like what he did previously, like before the back fusion, like what he did when he was younger, and then kind of explaining why we're doing certain exercises, and then
Yeah, yeah.
kind of connecting the two,
Okay.
so that you can do this again, so you can do that again.
That's so good.
And so like he he was starting to see like that it was kind of working after a time period of like doing the exercises and doing everything that he was starting to be able to like lift things around the house again. It was starting to be
Okay.
able to like move. So it was just like it was a slow like encouragement of like, hey, we do this, you're going to start to be able to do this again.
That's good.
So it's just kind of guiding them along and kind of like nurturing them along to just this does translate. Like
Yeah.
just trust me on this one, it will translate. Like
That's
explain
good.
the why behind each exercise is more powerful than actually just like, all right, make sure you cue the knees, cue the shoulders.
Yep.
If I tell you the why behind it, you're like, okay, all right, I'll
Because
do.
it connects to his goal,
Yeah,
the
connects to
goal of
this
what he
goal.
wants
Yep.
most. Man, and so many people though, I think they get to the place, and he probably was there. Thank God that his wife got him connected with you. But so many people get to the place where they're like, "I'll never get back to where I was." Based on where I'm at right now, I can't see myself getting back to where I was. What did you say to him that made him realize like I can get back to where I was?
Yeah, it was just starting to like after just time period, I was just like, hey, just trust me on this one. Like you, like I'll put you in certain, we'll put you in certain positions. This is the why behind why you're doing this exercise. And like after like 2 weeks, I was like, how you feeling? Like I feel a little better. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm starting to like be a little loose. I was just those minor little results
Yep.
that like start to be stepping stones to
Yep.
like that bigger overarching goal.
Yep.
So it's just like pointing out those small little things that are happening
Yep.
just from like the one session, two session, the three
Yeah.
session. It's just putting those little pebbles down so that he's starting to see the trail.
Yeah.
It's kind of like everyone is kind of in that little mindset of like, I can't do this anymore. And they're like all kind of closed in, zone in, like I'll never do this again.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
start to open up their like horizons and start to see like there's a trail here, there's like a path here. There's like okay, my shoulder doesn't hurt as much. Like just like small things.
Yeah.
It's like my knee stops hurting a little less.
Huh. Yep.
It's like you start to set those little goals of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks
Yep.
of consistent work, and they're feeling better.
Yeah.
It's just like those kind of things that really help them see the overarching goal
Yep.
of hey, I can actually do things around the house now.
Yeah. That's so good. And that's why, man, like what we do is so powerful too, because there's so many benefits that come from just a workout.
Mm-hmm.
The endorphins, the emotional side, the physical side, the confidence, the mentality, like it's all. And so, man, that's just encouragement to you. If you're a wife listening to this, if you're a husband listening to this, and your spouse or your kids need to get moving, it's like getting them to a personal trainer could literally be the thing that catalyzes all these other. Because like I mean, where's this guy at now? Do you know what his life is like now?
I think he's still functioning fully around the house. I
He's
checked with
doing
him.
well
Yeah.
still. Dude, that's another reason why you're such a great coach, right? Because you probably haven't trained this guy in years, right? And you're still checking in on him. So that leads me to one of the last questions. This is a really tough industry to be in. Similar to sports coaches, right? Sports coaches, it's not so rewarding all the time, right? You don't get these crazy amazing stories every day, and you put in a lot of effort. You're always trying to serve people, and it can be tiring. So, what is it that keeps you going and keeps you motivated and keeps you coaching at such a high level? Because, man, you work mornings, afternoons, and evenings. I know you just got a little bit of relief in your schedule, but like part of it is because you love it, right? And you love like saying yes to these people. So, what keeps you going and what keeps you motivated as a coach?
Personally, what keeps me motivated is just when people come in and they tell me like the little stories, like the
Mm-hmm.
like hey, I'm starting to feel better. Hey, I can actually like do things again. Like I'm not dreading this workout as much as I used to. Like
Yeah,
things are like starting to click for these people. It's just like you see the passion in their eyes
yeah,
of just like simple like, hey, I like to do this for me personally. So like I know this works for you. I know this will work for you as
yeah,
well. So it's like seeing what I'm passionate about actually work and help people when they come in. Their like eyes are like you can see the brightness on their face coming
yeah,
in. It's just like it's always rewarding for me every time someone a new member comes in or just a long term member comes in. It's like, and he doesn't hurt as much. Like,
yeah,
hey, I just hit like a 40-pound back squat or like 40 pound. I started squatting with a bar.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like, hey, that's awesome. Like, just see the passion in their eyes and
So
passion
good.
about what like just a small little changes happening to them.
Yeah,
Is why like this is not a job for me.
yeah, yeah.
This is a fun career, I guess you can call it.
Yeah. So their wins
Yeah,
equal your motivation,
yeah.
right? The more they get wins, the more you're motivated, and that's where service comes in. That's awesome. All right, last question for coaches out there. You can think of your own coaches on your team. You can think of your sports coaches in high school, any sports coaches out there, or other coaches like trainers who maybe are burnt out, tired, exhausted, wondering like, is this even worth it? What do you say to them?
I would say just be persistent with it. There's always you can always think it's dreadful now. You can always think it's miserable now, but like if you have a plan, whether it's climbing the ladder of a career path, a strength coach, whatever it may be, or
Mm,
climbing a corporate ladder of being a head strength coach, whatever it may be,
yeah.
continue to be persistent with it. The it may not you may not think like your constant learning, your constant hours, or doing anything besides a
Hmm.
paycheck coming in, but it's sharpening the sword.
Yeah, that's
You
good.
become a better coach every time you train.
Yeah.
Every time you train, every time you learn something new, it's something more you can apply. And
Hmm.
those things are either noticeable to higher up managers, that kind of thing,
Yep.
or it's noticeable to members, and they start to gravitate towards you. So
Hmm.
it's thankless work,
Yep.
but the more you continue to sharpen the sword and be persistent with it,
Yeah.
you can continue to be a better coach. You can continue to climb up either wherever you want to be, like a head strength coach at university
Hmm.
or manager or whatever it may be, what you want to do. But keep your head down, continue to sharpen the sword. Um,
Hmm.
becoming a better coach leads to a lot more opportunities.
That's good, man. I've done like 10 or 11 of these CoachSpiration videos, and no one, when I asked that question at the end every time, no one has said, "Hey, coach, the reason why you might be tired and uninspired is because you're not learning anything new and you're not challenging yourself to grow." Right? And I agree with that 100%, that if we aren't challenging ourselves to learn and grow and become more as a coach, then we'll start to burn out a little bit,
Hmm.
right? So that's a really, really great piece of advice. Go sharpen the sword. All right, dude. Well, we are like 5 minutes past how long we normally do these. Guys, I hope you learned something new about Coach Tyler and you see how you see why now he's such a great coach. And hey, if there's a coach in your life right now, whether a trainer, a coach, or a teacher, teachers, we love you guys. You're in a similar boat as us. Man, make sure you send them a message today. Tell them thank you for what they do. Encourage them, build them up. We need more of that in the world today. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.